this is where we are with the trail. We've been waiting for this section over here to dry out because my last video, I got the excavator stuck, and after I got unstuck, I packed this in as best as possible, and I've just been waiting to let this dry out. I've compacted it twice, and it's pretty good, but it's still a little soft. My goal is to get through this section, and I'm kind of on the fence whether it's going to go where the orange flag was. That was our original intention, or cut across straight right here. But as you can see right there, it's mushy, so that tells me that there's a lot of moisture in this area, and I'm afraid that once I dig into this, we're just gonna uncover a huge stream or something like we did over there. So I'm a little concerned about that. If I encounter that, I don't exactly know how I'm gonna get through this section. But part about building that's fun is problem solving, and every trail build I've done has new and interesting challenges to overcome. All right, basically went where I want. I think it finally stopped rolling. Anytime you drop something here, it ends up... No, it's still going.
It stopped.
Oh, it finally stopped?
Just now.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and jump in the machine and start working that way. And try to get some semblance of a path. I was gonna try to go high here, but I think I'm gonna actually stay a little bit lower. Just because, like, if we're doing that A-line, you're gonna actually be turning here quite a bit if you did do this high line, so I think it's just gonna be easier if we do the slow line. Alright, I think this is going to be fun. I don't know how I'm getting over this rock, but we have tons of rocks here, so I'm just going to start stacking things to get up and over this. Oh my god, hard to walk on. Alright, let's go see what Hailey's been up to. We've got some rocks. The A-line has been scratched in. And this section doesn't look like I ripped it up. I love when things clean up by themselves. What's up with the tape?
That's how you didn't see my setup. I had my phone like this.
Oh.
I did the crisscross tape like this. And like this other piece to hold my phone up for the time lapse. I
asked Hailey to time lapse what she was doing while I was doing whatever I was doing down there.
So you're gonna need more tape.
That's okay.
I was like, I saw the GoPro harness, I saw the tape, and I was like, no, I think I'm gonna tape my phone to a shovel.
Alright, so I think before I do any of like the rock work on that section, which I'm really excited to do, I need to finish this bit up here. That way we can basically call this section done. We're gonna take that cart, bring it all the way down, load up some of those big rocks with the excavator into the cart, bring them up here, settle them in, clean this up, and then that way we can clean up that section and then be done with this section, in that section, and move on. So that's the plan. Got it? Cool.
Got it.
Good. Alright, we are like 5 minutes away from losing light. The sun is about to go behind the mountain over there, but we made some good progress today. I'm still a little bit frustrated with the progress, but we made some good progress. Ended up building a little bit of a double here. It's a pretty sizable one, probably like 20 feet given the trail. I came back and I built a little bit of a catch berm here. So the double is here to divert water that way, and then added this because if you're coming off that, you're going to be hauling butt. So angled the rocks a little bit more, and yeah, pretty happy with how it's looking. All right, so we actually got a decent amount of rain the past 2 nights. This section is fine. Like, that stuff was super dry anyway, so I'm not surprised it's fine, but that water diversion held up. You can see we cambered this into the hillside more, so we have a bit of a catch berm here. The one spot that's like still a little bit of a concern is this spot. I don't think all the water or all the mud has been washed off this hillside yet. So you can see, like, when I step right here, it's kind of muddy. So waiting for a lot of this muck just to get washed off. So we've been raking it off, but the rain definitely helps. And then I think eventual goal is to make sure any muddy spot is rock armored, because we did all the big spots, but it's hard to tell what we have and haven't hit yet. All right, the goal right now is to not step on these rocks and fall on my head, but to build up and over this iceberg. I tried moving it, but it wouldn't budge. So we need to build up and over it. And luckily, we have plenty of material to build up and over it with. So I don't really have a game plan. I'm just gonna start I'll take that. I have to say, this is far more interesting than bench cutting sand. I would much rather do this. Alright, the amount of rock we have right here is absolutely absurd. And we still need more because I'm trying to build it up to the level of that little peaky thing. But I think we're very close. We're very close. It didn't seem like it was doable at first, but now it seems doable. Really dark out today. Overcast, and it feels like it's like 8 o'clock, but it's only 6 right now. So probably not going to be out here for too much longer, but yeah. I need to find some big rocks. Need to build up the outside over there, so. Not the best, it's not super flat, but it'll do for something. Go ahead and stack it over here for now. Oh, that's a good one. Well, not what I wanted, but I was going to mix it up again. It's kind of brittle. It's hard for me to see because this blocks my view. I can kind of look out through here, then over here, but when I build, I usually build with the boom offset to the side because I can kind of see where the bucket is. Like when it's straight in line with you, you can't see where the bucket is, so you're kind of leaning to one side or the other. light hasn't worked for over a year now, so finally went home and checked it, and it looks like the bulb was dead. So easy fix. Let's see if we have light. Days are getting shorter. That's going to be very handy. So soak that was an easy fix. So there's going to be three lines. There's going to be the high line right there.
Yeah.
And then there's going to be kind of like, I think it's going to be the more main line.
Right there.
Yeah. And then like the other line that I'm hoping to get is a line that gaps from that rock to the slab.
Wow.
So yeah, 2.5, 3, depending on how you look at it.
Holy shit.
And so the goal is to build the entrance to this all the way from like where the plate compactor is, all the way to like this area. Right about here is where I foreseeing a split going off that rock, and then a split going high of this ash tree. The idea is that there's gonna be a line right here that gaps into the rock. That's like the big boy. And then this other line that will bring you to this area, and you have a pretty spicy rock roll. It kind of like brings you into a weird angle. And there's like right here, that's about an 18-inch shelf that you have to get over. Not too bad, but when you're up here, it's a little bit more intimidating. All right, you got a bit of a lip going on here, and then a nice rock wall helps support everything. And there's gonna be a landing somewhere over there at some point. Probably get around to that sometime next week. But yeah, this A-line's shaping up to be a pretty cool looking feature. All right, here's a perfect example of why this cart can be really useful. So I need to get some material up there. I need a lot of rock. And this section that I've been building has a ton of it. So it's hard to move dirt distances with this thing. It doesn't like doing that. And I don't need that much. So what I'm doing is I'm going around collecting all of the loose rocks, putting it in this, and then I'm going to deliver it up there. This thing doesn't weigh that much, so it's not going to do too much damage to the surface of the trail that's already been packed. And we'll move material where it needs to go. Yeah, you're good. Oh my God. Jesus. I was not ready for you to haul that fast.
Walk down this hill.
Yeah. So, yeah. Okay, so if I chisel out a little bit of that rock,
no, it's even more like maybe just pushing some of that back.
Well, I think it like both. Like chisel out a little bit of that rock so I can make this line a little bit more straight for you.
I know Phil wants to do the chiseling.
Right here?
Yeah.
And then if I take some of that and throw it up a little bit higher. Oh.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna do a little backtracking. The excavator's all the way down here. I'm gonna bring it all the way back up because after riding this, I need to shorten this jump. I've tried it, and you need to go really fast to clear this. It's just too awkward. I don't like it. So I'm gonna adjust this jump accordingly. But I wanted to show you some work that we did 2 days ago. We were out here doing a little bit of trail work to make this section dry because we have water leaching off of these stones here, and it was just making this section a muddy mess. So we kind of dug an inside channel through some small rock in there, and then this whole section was like super muddy, so water kept trickling down. And what I ended up doing is I actually like jackhammered a little channel into this rock, and that channels water off to the side so this rock doesn't get muddy or wet, and at the same time came through and just completely rock armored this drainage area. That way, well, it won't go anywhere. And it looks more aesthetically pleasing. So this section is basically done. The only thing we have left to do is that A-line up there, but we'll come back and finish that up. But for now, time to fix that jump. All right, this jump is a little bit too big, so I need to shorten it a bit, so that's what I'm gonna do. So originally the adaptive line was going to go to this outside here, but when Gray came through, understandably that felt too exposed for them. So what we were going to do is we were going to have them shimmy to the left side of this rock and in the gully, but I was just afraid with this embankment that if I were to try to do that, this is just going to cave in. So what I ended up doing is I sacrificed what was going to be the step down, which I didn't even know if it was going to go, and so I used all that rock to kind of make same kind of like turtle shell shape over here on the inside. So this isn't my best rock work ever, but you know, most of our bikes have suspension these days, so I think it'll be fine. I did trim down that rock a little bit, but now what we need to do is I need to gather up some material for that pinch down there. And so before I clean up this straightaway, I need to track back and forth and grab some rock, bring it over there to build it up, and then once I have that built up enough, then I can come back and clean this up. Alright, so last night when we got done, kind of left off in a awkward spot, like that rock, that rock, that rock, that rock. Those aren't moving. So my thought is we're gonna try to chicane through here, and we have like these two kind of a cool shaped rocks. They have like this natural like guardrail, but as is, we need a little bit more material to get up over this, and I was having a hard time finding a situation for these guys where they're level, because they were kind of rocking back and forth. So Haley's prospecting for a few more rocks. I think there's definitely one over there that we can grab, but like
You might be able
You think so? All right, that's where I'm gonna end it off today. I can't see what I'm doing. even with the lights, I have a hard time doing what I need to do, and I need to sift through a lot of this rock and material. So I'm gonna leave it off at that. This is pretty sandy, so I'm not too worried about this getting wet. Hailey has been kicking butt over here.
It's pretty.
Making it actually look good. I make it look ugly, like that stuff. That's me. Hailey makes it look like a rideable trail.
That's slippery.
Yep. It's insane, like this one spot right here, slippery.
Yeah, yeah, I know. Like I walked down that and almost ate it. And then we have a bunch of rocks to stop the rock wall.
Perfect.
Yeah. It looks good.
Alright, this was the only section I was actually kind of concerned with how he cambered it. I was wondering if it would be sandy enough for this to drain naturally, but not the case, not a big deal. I do like getting rain just so I can check up on what is draining properly and what needs work. So my fix for this, and I'm going to dig that a little bit deeper, and then I'm going to fill that with rock. So I'll make that into a French drain of some sort, and yeah, that should solve our problems here. Probably need to dig that a little bit lower, but I think for the time being, it's doing pretty well. All right, let's go down a little bit lower. Up changing the path. We're originally going to go where my chainsaw was, but I decided to add a little bit more curvature to this just to make it a little bit more interesting. So just kind of jogged up a little bit, and now we're going to jog back down. Might have to camber this a little bit, so kind of came back and packed it in with the machine, but it's just kind of rough there. So I'm going to carry on and make our way down a little bit more. not bad. 1 year's worth for 1 minute trail. How about you? What was your time?
1 minute.
Me too.
Yeah. Look at me going as fast as you. Kidding. I actually went faster that time. I definitely got a little like, wow. Like, didn't fully commit to some jumps, so it made it a little awkward, but
Yeah.
that was fun.
All right, so apparently Haley and I decided to color coordinate today. Anyway, we're out here because it's time to show you what we built. We've jumped forward a few months, and so it's about 2 months since we finished this part of the trail. It's fast. It's really fast, and this section was kind of like it was tricky to build. There's a lot of sections that don't look like they will be that tricky, but there's a ton of rocks that we had to go through. But we don't have any mud issues. Everything drains well. Everything's hardened up. We have line options, and it's really fun. So with
Trifecta, quadfecta.
quadfecta. So with that out of the way, let's show you what we got going on. Lots of rocks stacked right there, but you can't see that from where you're riding. The riding surface just looks like this. Just looks like two little rocks sticking up. But I promise you, it's more than just two little rocks. You're good.
I'm tearing up.
All right, so there's a few things we didn't quite show you because like that section of trail is actually probably one of the longest stretches of trail that we've built so far. And I guess we've kind of gone on through the process. We've definitely gone quicker and quicker at building trail. There was a period at the end there that we didn't get a lot of rain, so you'll notice I didn't really pack it. We came back later and kind of fixed it once we got some rain. But like when it was dusty, there was no point in packing it. But as you can see, we're standing on the next section. And I think, in my opinion, like everything that we've built has something that's really cool. This whole area behind me that you're going to see in the next video, it was the most challenging section that we've built through. It definitely was the hardest section of trail we built, but it was also, I think, the most rewarding. It's one of the coolest sections of trail. But we'll save that for another video.